All right, so stream is up. What else is up? I just threw up some YouTube shorts because Ricky threw some up of our episode and she got hella plays on the shorts. And we actually have more plays on that episode than any of our recent episodes. And I think it may have something to do with shorts. So cool. Threw those on YouTube. So I was hanging and banging.
That's going okay. There it goes.
Lost train of thought.
Okay, so I was hearing the YouTube. I was like, you just said that. I'm really like, I mean, you already started the recording. Why are you repeating?
You're in the past. Right. You're living in the past.
Yeah, apparently. Like I was living in the past and the future at the same time. It is kind of weird being able to see like myself and kind of like I'll move to the right and then on the recording,
in the other direction.
Then I'm turning in the other direction. So it's interesting. So
yep, it bees like that.
But I did something random happen the other day. I had a young lady knock on my door and ask for Abdul. I was like, no Abdul here. She had a fatty though, so I mean, I should have been like,
hey,
I am Abdul,
me.
It was really weird because it was like, can I help you? It was like, is Abdul here? I was like, do you know where you're supposed to be?
Are you lost right now? Do you need your mommy or daddy?
Yo, I was just like, I don't really understand what's happening, but it was funny though.
I had something interesting happen yesterday. When did someone knock on your door?
You said when?
Yeah, when was that?
I think it was like Friday or something like that.
Friday. Yeah, my interesting happened yesterday.
Okay.
Not that one. That one. God damn it. All right. There we go.
Thing, I think it's their own egos, and it's not so much about the kids.
But it's not like sometimes it's not like it's life changing whether the kid wins or loses.
Sometimes they feel like
game.
their child has been wronged somehow, but it's sports, and
But a child can be wronged in school, but you don't go punch the teacher. And so what I don't understand,
That's what you say.
I do not understand the dynamic of parents going insane during sporting events with kids. It never registered with me. I don't understand it. I just don't.
Hi, I'm Jay from Baltimore, and thankfully, beyond people having bruised egos or hurt feelings, no one really got hurt. Garrett still has some jets under him because he sprinted so fast.
Yeah, he was going pretty fast.
I mean, that is unfair because the other coach.
So, did TMZ again.
Nice.
But those bitches cut me off, I guess, to share the story of how you get on TMZ. Really easy. Reach out to TMZ and say, hey, I wouldn't mind being on TV. Simple as that. Like, reach out to their Twitter account or their Skype handle. I think their Skype handle is TMZ, and say you want to be on TV. But anyway, reached out to me Friday of last week saying, hey, do you want to come on TV Monday or Tuesday? I picked Tuesday. No big deal. Wrote me down, had me booked. They reached out to me at 10 a.m. saying, are you still interested? I said, yeah. They gave me a list of items. I chose from the list. It was like, they had a lot going on. Because I don't know if you know this week, but it's been pretty hectic in the entertainment space this week. And so I picked Kanye, Coolio, and it was some other thing. It was Black adjacent. And they said, all right, we'll get back to you in an hour and a half and let you know what time you're going to be on and what your topic is going to be. So normally during this time, this is when I would all right, I'm going to try to make sure I'm the greatest ever. So I'm going to write things down and research and blah, blah, blah. So I can just be on top of it because I don't want to look like a fool on the internet.
Yeah.
I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to look like a fool, not just on the internet, but on national television. So I just waited. And they said, they're going to contact me back in an hour and a half, but instead they contacted me back in like 40 minutes and was like, hey, can you talk about this instead? and they sent me a link to an article about Loretta Lynn, I believe that's what her name is. She's a country music singer, and she passed away at 90. And I said, sure, because I'm just going to say sure at this point. I'm just going to take whatever you throw at me.
Yeah.
So I read the article, and then I looked her up, and because I'm just like, a 90-year-old country singer, she's got to have some views that aren't just as aligned with my life.
Yeah.
There might be just some things that just don't work out. So I looked her up, and in 87, she was sued by a venue security guard because she has a song, I can't think of the name of it, like Coal Daughter, like coal mining. So she has a song about a coal daughter. And as she was about to perform this song in 87, she said, I'm about to do one of my hits. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm about to do one of my great hits. And this is something that we all can relate to. But I think this gentleman can relate to it a little bit better. And she pointed over at the security guard. And this is a country music star in 87. This was in Virginia somewhere. Pointed over at the security guard. And it was a black man, a dark-skinned black man. And she put the spotlight on him and said something to the effect of, I think he knows a little more about coal than we do.
Wow.
So he sued her. And the judge sided with him, but did not award him any money. So said, yeah, that was rude.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up, but you're not going to win no money. So I was going to talk about her. And then they came back and was like, all right, you're going to talk about Kanye and you're going to go on at this time. And yesterday, or actually over the weekend, Kanye did some foul shit. So I was ready to talk about Kanye. And then when Kanye was on TMZ, when he was actually at the studio the last time, Van Jones said up to Kanye, he thought he was irresponsible and not in touch with reality. And it was just wrong what he was doing. That video had been circulating. I've been watching it prior to even hearing from TMZ because like Kanye pissed me off and I was ready for it.
Yeah.
I was like, I was thinking like, this is gonna be my moment to go viral. I'm gonna have a moment because I'm gonna be, Kanye, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then they told me I was gonna do viewer's choice, and that's when you talk with the host and you have a little bit of dialogue, like direct conversation with them. But then they hit me up later, like 20 minutes before I was supposed to go on, and was like, can you talk about this instead? And that's the LeGarrette Blount thing. And they cut me off because I had points to make. Like I'm thinking about it, didn't write it down, just off the dome, but I'm thinking about what I wanted to say. And I had basically like 3 jokes, like bam, bam, bam. I only got to hit one of my jokes. I was speaking for like 11 seconds. I only got to hit one of my jokes, and they cut me off because like it's over Skype and you can see on your screen what the national audience is seeing because that's the big window. And as I was talking, I saw the footage go over top of my face and I was like, I just got cut. And in the audio, my voice is clipped before I actually like trail off with my complete thought. Cause like it clips me at, he's still kind of fast. And what happened was the host said the same thing. He repeated what I said about, because the assistant coach couldn't keep up. Like I said that and they stole it. So, and then they,
Yo, that's what happens here at the Don't Judge Me, man. Look, Vin Diesel's going to come out with Fasten Your Seatbelts. TMZ done stole your joke.
Yeah, they
We're originators of comedy right here.
But honestly, this is like the 5th time they've reached out. And I got bumped twice. And one time I got bumped once. One time I was sick and the other time I was just like, nah, not today.
Yeah.
But if anybody out there watching wants to be on TMZ, all you got to do is reach out to them and say, hey, I'd love to be on TV.
That's
Simple as that. Simple as that. You too can get 11 seconds of fame. Or not. So
I mean,
that was
I'm not. I look like a hobo.
Listen. I saw some kids on there. Put your hoodie on, tied tight, and that's it. And the reason I didn't get to talk about Kanye is because they made it like the feature story, and they had a guest, and the guest was Mark Lamont Hill. So nobody got to comment on Kanye. It was just they were talking to somebody specifically about the issue. Someone with some, I don't know if expertise is the right word, which is somebody, a trusted person to have dialogue about this particular thing. So, but that would have been me. I'd have gone viral and just would have made it.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know Kanye was wilding out over the weekend until somebody told me, and then I was like, "What was he doing?" And then I looked, and I was like, "Oh, Jesus, this man is doing the most."
Yeah, he did. He like I never really gave him excuses. I kind of like didn't pay him any attention, but it wasn't even like the shirt White Lives Matter. It was his comment afterwards when he was speaking to somebody and he wanted people to know this. When he said, and again, I'm paraphrasing, he said, I'm a billionaire. Do you think I care what people think about me? And then he followed it up with, Black Lives Matter is over. Do you know who buys most of my stuff? White people. So yeah, White Lives Matter. And I was just like, fuck that dude.
Yeah, no, he wilding.
No, I wouldn't say he's wilding because like to be wilding means that you're regularly not that way.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But he's always that way. He ain't tripping.
Yeah, no,
he ain't bugging. This guy is this person. Like, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want like just to disregard. Like the organization is one thing, but to disregard the sentiment of Black Lives Matter and replace it with White Lives Matter, because what White Lives Matter really means is we matter more than you, because there was no sentiment of white lives mattering until Black lives started to matter first. And again, I'm just saying that just around like the idea or the statement and nothing to do with the organization. And to say that because White Lives Matter doesn't have an organization. So to say Black Lives Matter is dead, it's over, these White Lives Matter, it's just, you're a horrible human being.
Yeah.
And your music isn't that good. It hasn't been that good for well over a decade. So
yeah, it's definitely been a while, yeah.
It's not been music, it's just been noises and sounds. Noises and sounds. But if you're ready to get off this Kanye tip, start doing this Don't Judge Me-ish, let me know. I'll start the recording, sir.
Yeah, no, I'm down. Yeah, I'm all down for the brown.
All right.
All right. Welcome back to the Don't Judge Me Podcast. Here today with Sir Nygel, House of the Wave Files. From the dark gray triad, always looking left because I'm not right. In 5 days, we can celebrate being 10 out of 10 because that's what my co-host is.
Oh, 5 days is
10.
Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't recognize.
Yeah, it's okay. It was bad. It was bad delivery.
I was not prepared.
Honestly, I made it up right that second. I was like, what month is it? 5 days. Let's say that and see. So there that was.
Appreciate it. Well, first and foremost, thank you, the jury, for joining us and listening to the Don't Judge Me podcast, where it is absolutely your pleasure to make our acquaintance. You've been brought here today to listen to the opinions of the Honorable Sir Nygel and the humble J. Del Negro. And as members of the jury, your say is final in the judgment of the people that you clearly think you are better than. Lend your voice to this podcast courtroom by doing one or all of the following. Leave a voicemail at 410-834-1562. Send us an email at don'tjudgepod@gmail.com or hit Sir Nygel on his House of Wave Files messaging system on WhatsApp at Don't Judge Me Podcast. Then anything and everything you say and or write will then be brought up to fellow jury members and you will be judged accordingly. We're currently live streaming each and every episode via YouTube. Simply search for Don't Judge Me Podcast and hit the subscribe button before you do anything else. The YouTube stream has a bit more content at the beginning and the end of the show that does not appear on the podcast you get from your DSPs. So if you'd like to get a little more time with us, and we both know you would, go there first, then come back here for the audio only experience. With that out of the way, I'd like to get this show in session and hopefully break for recess before things really get out of hand, because we shall proceed to continue to judge in life. So if you have or have not been listening to the show, what's going to happen next is I'm going to present some topics. Sir Nygel has to judge them accordingly. He has a few different options. I know which one he's not going to pick. He's never going to recuse himself. He's going to go face in. He's going to dive in.
That's how I go.
And we are just going to dive into the show. Sir Nygel, are you ready?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Lil Zay Ozama. Gonna start that.
He ain't shit for that name. Go ahead.
Lil Zay Osama arrested for leaving loaded firearm in an Uber. Lil Zay Osama, real name Isaiah Dukes, is being held in jail without bond after being arrested in New York City for allegedly leaving a loaded firearm in an Uber. XXL obtained documents citing the Chicago rapper was in possession of a loaded modified Glock 22 40 caliber pistol with a switch that would allow the weapon to have rapid fire capabilities. The 24-year-old was previously convicted of weapons possession in Illinois and had 2 outstanding arrest warrants. Thus, was charged with possession of a machine gun in addition to felon possession of a firearm. Sir Nygel, what do you judge this as?
Still ain't shit. Because if you know you got all that stuff going on, I need you to protect your firearm at this point. Like, I mean, if I'm doing some illegal shit, I'm doing a speed limit. Like, I'm making sure my lights work. Like, at one point, I didn't have a license, right? And I was driving. I was doing some illegal shit. I checked all my lights before I left. I did a minor key 10-point inspection every time I left the house, even if it was down the street, because I was like, I ain't supposed to be out here on this road right now. And it wasn't like I did it often. It was one and few far between. But I wouldn't have been riding around with no calling an Uber with a weapon and leaving it. That would have been the first thing I checked. Wallet, keys, gun, phone. Like, I feel like that's the right. Like, that's the order.
Down, make sure,
like phone, gun, wallet, keys, right? Because I feel like if you don't have your wallet, that's when the gun comes in, right? Like, I mean, I feel like, like gun, with cell phone, gun, you can kind of maybe switch those back and forth.
Sure.
Wallet, keys, and then wallet.
Yeah, like, to be a criminal and not good at it.
No.
I question his rap bars because I've never heard his music. And again, you know how I feel about people being called rappers if that's not their main income stream. I feel like his income stream was in the criminal elements, and he just wasn't good at it.
No,
he's got a few prior charges. He had 2 outstanding warrants.
Yeah.
2.
That's probably why he's Ubering. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's in his name. You know what I'm saying? I guess he maybe was smart on that.
No, I mean, he was in a different city. He was in a different city doing up to something.
That's even worse. Because then they got to move you. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like you're going to be in jail for
extradite
2 weeks.
him. They're going to be sitting on Rikers and they're going to extradite him to wherever Holden is in Chicago.
There'll be 1 week and wherever he was at. Then they'll move him. Then there'll be 1 week there. And he'll be just gone for 2 weeks.
Well, they might not even extradite him because he's got charges in New York City based on.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah. His charges were amplified based on the charges he had for his warrants. So, just Lil Zay Osama. And like to pick a rap name like that is like, you ain't up to no good.
Double y'all ain't shit.
You ain't up to Osama though. Osama. You just want to wipe people out. You in New York City calling yourself Osama. That's like sacrilege. Like, that's with a name like Osama, you can't walk the streets of New York City.
Let's be honest. If your name starts with little anything, you don't deserve a last name. Like that's just off the limits. Little Bow Wow Jones. What? Shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Little Uzi Vert Jenkins. Like,
well, I mean, Vert is the last name. Vert, Uzi's the first name, Vert's the last name. Little Uzi Vert.
It's still one cadence. Little Zane Osama, boy, no, that's too much.
And then you just did it, and I might have did it as well. I want to call him Lil Zane because like he came first. You know what I mean? Lil Zane.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Lil Zane. I thought he was acting up.
Nah, this is Lil Zay. I thought he rebranded. This is Lil
Zay. Okay, yeah, no, I did.
Zay Osama.
Yeah, I was
somebody way different.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
He don't deserve. He deserves everything that's coming.
No, everything.
He doesn't deserve any accolades.
He is dumb. Okay, you know what I'm saying? He deserves exactly what he gets. And I just hope he gave the Uber driver a 5-star.
He probably called him back, trying to contact him back, cussing him out like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill you when you come." And it amplified. I don't think he handled leaving the gun rationally.
No, probably not.
I think
definitely not.
He spazzed out and just made it worse for himself.
Mm-hmm. And after he probably gave him a bad rating too. Gave him a
I'm
3,
sure.
then called back and said,
He probably
hey, you
paid
got
with
my
a stolen
shit.
credit card. Like the scam and the thievery just feels like it has no limits with Lil Zay Osama.
No.
So I'm keeping it in rap. Keep it in rap, but I'm gonna have to share my screen on this one. So now I want to warn you, this song I'm going to share with you on YouTube had a offensive advisory sticker. Not sticker, but the button. Offensive advisory. Like, this may not be appropriate for everybody. Okay. So if you're out there listening, this song may not be appropriate for you. So we'll go here. The artist name is TNFW Unique. The song's title is BDF, the FNF remix. So Nigel's like, what the fuck is any of this? Well, you're about to see. It looks
like the Predator about to drop some bars, yo. You need to head to the chopper because I'm gonna rob you.
No, not quite.
Okay, well, all right. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Murder. I'm BDF, nigga, baby, daddy free. That mean I ain't got a nigga, baby, coming out of me. So I'm ABORTING. On my way to the clinic, I forgot the plan B. Let's go. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. Let's go. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. Let's go. Yeah, bitch, I got murder on my mind. Let's go. Murder. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. I forgot the plan B. Ain't no nigga cuffing me. You can't put me on the shelf, bitch. I'm outside with the team. All these bitches having babies, but that ain't finna be me. Said he wanna settle down. Niggas selling all these dreams. He got 1 kid, 2 kid, 3 kid, 4. Bitch, he cheaper by the dozen if his ass have any more. And I'm only 25, still got a couple years to go. I don't need a babysitter, cause this baby gotta go. It's a shortage on the milk, and them diapers be expensive. I ain't tryna be a MILF, so I swallow all his children. I got hyphy in my blood, so you know I'm big pimpin'. Niggas tryna fall in love, tell them niggas I ain't with it. I done took care of niggas, now it's time to care for me. Rearrange the alphabets and skip the L's, I'm a P. I be on these bitches next, they like Nick, I can't breathe. VVS is in my Cuban, and my wrist is AP. Let's go. Yeah, bitch, I got murder on my mind. Murder. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. Let's go. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. I'm BDF, nigga, baby, daddy free. That mean I ain't got a nigga, baby, coming out of me. So I'm ABORTING. On my way to the clinic, I forgot the plan B. Let's go.
So what did you think of that educational video, Sir Nygel?
I'm not gonna lie, I would probably download this show. Like, so, all right, there's a lot of things to packed on this, right? Shooting Bail a little bit because she all right lyrically. Like that was well put together. Like she was dropping a little bit of bars in there. I don't know who that old lady is. I don't know how to judge that one, so I'm gonna come back. She wild, okay. Gentle judgment for her as the topic at hand, but I did like a lot of the bars though. Like that shit, that shit was actually all right. That joke was all right. I actually kind of liked it.
Well, the remix, FNF remix, is Fuck Nigga Free by Glorilla, and she just won maybe 2 BET Hip Hop Awards last night. So that song was kind of popular in the streets. The beat.
No, I mean, like it. I mean, given the topic's not gonna get her anywhere, but like if she can continue like it's lyrically or even just on beats like that, I mean, she was all right. She was decent. I mean, she needs to work on her look, but I
mean, she looks like everybody else.
Is that what they look like? Okay,
that's what they look like. That's what they look like. That's how it works. So you're gonna shoot her bail and gently judge her.
Yes. I don't think.
What are we doing with the old lady? What are we doing with the old lady though?
She ain't shit. Because I mean, honestly, I feel like you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever charger that belonged to, that's his mama.
I feel like that's her mother or grandmother. And then
maybe
considering the subject matter is like, she could have swallowed you. You couldn't be here right now if she took this advice.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. And that's why I think it's the boy, like the person who's banging baby daddy freak. The baby daddy. Well, no, she wouldn't have one. That's a
she wouldn't have baby
so
daddy. Just the dude.
It's some dude she fucking's mama. That's the only reason. Because I mean, you can't tell me she rented that joint and went to a Planned Parenthood parking lot.
Or she slipped the time stream and went into the future, and that's herself in the future dancing with her present self. Like, bitch, we made it. Let's go. We still ain't got no kids.
You know what? I could get down with that more so than the other two scenarios that we just came up with.
Yeah, I think that's herself.
Because she is legit having a good time. That old lady's having a good time. So
if she could pop it and drop it, she would have to.
I don't know who would be proud to be in that video. Like if Baby Mama Freak was like, "Hey, I got a video." I'm like, "What's it about?" Let me hear one of the lyrics. ABORTING. No, I'm good.
I got murder on your mind.
Yeah, you got murder on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, she said she swallowed the kids. Like, she is wild, yo. Like, I've been taking care of dudes all my life. Now I can't take care of me.
Yeah, I think that was her future self dancing with her present self.
I would agree with that. That was that was her future self jamming out, and it was like, we made it and then not made it because I'm not dressed up anymore.
I'm not dressed that well. Like we
let ourselves go.
We still living in public housing, but let's go.
My thing is that who's the other jump? Like,
that's just a stripper they hired. Like they just paid her some money to do work.
Just gave her some money, yo.
You saw the money she was throwing. Like, you get to keep this after the video.
Yeah,
it was that's. She was like, "What? How much?"
I wish in the background. I mean, it didn't have to be on camera, but I wish you would see like mall security or somebody, whoever is monitoring.
They were in front of a plane, but it wouldn't be mall security. It'd be.
Well, I don't know where the Planned Parenthood is. It might be in a mall. I mean, it has to be like
fucked up. Why would there be a Planned Parenthood at a mall?
I've seen Planned Parenthoods like in like a shopping infrastructure type of thing. There's like two stores.
I've seen them in business districts. So like,
okay, well maybe like that. That's what I mean then. That type of security.
Yeah.
Not like not like a Spencer's and then Planned Parenthood. I'm talking like, a dentist,
Panda Express,
Foot
Locker, Planned Parenthood.
Yeah. No, I'm talking like dentist, pharmaceutical drink where you get your blood tested for a job that you're not going to get.
Quest Diagnostics,
and then Planned Parenthood. That building security, I feel like they should have been like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Oh,
it was probably a security officer's call.
That probably was a security officer. That's who it was. That's who was in the video.
That was her. She just took off she untucked her work shirt, put it in the truck, and was just like, "Let's go."
Because you never see her face. Ass is popping the whole time.
Yeah.
That is wild in the gym, and I'm glad you found it, or maybe it found you.
It found me. It found me on Twitter.
Yeah,
and I figured that.
But think about the songs that found you, right? You got the other dude who's like, "Yeah, I'm not a badass dude out here in these streets. I'm just trying to eat some chicken and shit." Remember that dude? He was like the humble rapper. He was like rapping about being like not a thug. He was like the big guy. He had a shirt off.
Oh, those two guys. Yeah.
And now you got this woman that's like, "Yo, look, I ain't about to be having no kids. I'm trying to keep my money." And then she said gas prices and diapers are getting too expensive. She's talking about the economy, man. She is in her times. She's talking about the current economic status of society. Bars.
She did a thing. She did a thing.
She definitely did a thing. I'm not like, it was. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be way worse. Actually,
would you blast that out of your vehicle riding down the street?
No, but I would blast it if my young lady would make me upset. Stay out here. Know your place. That reminds me of the Lil Wayne joke. Remember, it's like, if you won't, she will. What was that song? It was like, if you won't do it, she will.
Man, it
was like Drake and Lil Wayne or something. Like, whatever. Well, guess what? Oh, you're not gonna. Okay, I'm gonna put this
put this on a reminder.
Mm-hmm. Bitches out here who are down.
They out here. Out here. All right, I'm gonna switch it up. Be off the hip hop for a moment. I don't think there's any more hip hop for the rest of the show. But did you know the average person spends 4 hours a day in a decade of their entire life on autopilot? Does every day of your life feel exactly the same with the years just flying by? You're far from alone. It turns out the average adult spends more than 10 years of their life on autopilot, following the same routines and rituals every day, according to a survey. The survey was done overseas. A quarter of the 2,000 British adults polled admitted that they often drift through as much as 5 or more hours a day without any real thought about what they're doing. This equates to 1,396 hours each year, 27 hours a week, and nearly 4 hours a day doing the same things.
Yeah, I can
So, Nygel, what do you judge adults on autopilot?
I'm gonna shoot him bail because I did that today. So get through it. Wish you the best. Try to make it. I know I feel like I've been on autopilot for several months actually. And I've purposely tried to change my routine because I know I'm like not in a rut, but like more so I know things need to change. So I think it's a coping mechanism. I think it's a way to survive and deal with things. So I'm gonna shoot it. I think it's a mental thing, and I'm not gonna judge it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't judge it. I would just add that I am definitely on autopilot Monday through Friday.
Yeah, no, same.
Definitely. So much I had to change up the location in which I work because it became so rudimentary that I knew what I was going to do once I sat down. Every day, I'm going to do this at this time, at this point, like this. The desk is going to look like this. The lamp, the books, I'm just going to just plug and play. Just as simple. I'm like a USB port. Just plug me in, and I'm just going to do what USB does.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I've been feeling like. Actually, for some time, at least like when I guess before the pandemic, it felt a little different.
There was variety because you did things like get on elevators. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and just different people you interacted with. But like even like with my mom leaving, I stay in this one room now because I've established a new habit.
mm-hmm.
And so now I don't even leave this room, even with it being the whole house to myself. And it's like, I'm really like, I gotten word. At least I used to like walk around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll go get food. I'll go to the kitchen and whatnot. But it's very like, I'm in like 3 rooms. I'm either working out in the basement, I'm in my bedroom, or I'm in this room. Like I don't even really interact on the first floor. So I'm like, I need to change it up. So I've actually thought about switching up my place of work, or even my video games. I was thinking like, oh, maybe I'll start. Maybe I'll get an Xbox and put it on my TV that I have for my weight room. So I can at least work out and maybe play video games at the same time and like change it up that way. But then I think about it. I'm usually on group chat, like a party chat.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to be breathing heavy in their ears and nothing like that. So I was like, I might have to get in shape before I do that. So I don't know. But
I saw this, I don't know if it's a meme or video, or real clip, whatever, TikTok. People, it said something to the effect of people in the park be like, and then they'll be jogging, and then they stop jogging and be breathing all heavy. And then somebody comes to walk past them and they hold their breath.
Yeah. No, I do that like all the time. Like,
because you don't want anybody to know you.
No, I don't want to know I'm struggling with life, because last thing I need, like, even like back in the day when we sit like the stairs, if like there was like a reason why we had to.
Yeah.
Bruh. No, I get off that stair, would literally hold my breath, and then like would like try to hit it hard as I could in my nose and try to regulate my heartbeat. Like
the first 3 flights were cool. After that, nah, stuff hurt. This is getting tight. Like, what? I'm going up to 10. No, what was I thinking?
Yeah, no.
What was I thinking?
And I tried to too. Like back in the day, I used to have like a lot of stuff on me, and it was even worse because I was like, well, maybe I need to go up, come down, and go back up. You
were dressed like a fucking firefighter with all the stuff you had on you, man.
Well, yeah, because I had my my work bag, I had my gym bag, and then I had my lunch bag. So
which was a large lunch bag.
Well, because I was there for 12 hours. So I had lunch and dinner, you know what I'm saying? So I had to have snacks, you know what I'm saying? Because what was available, I wasn't trying to eat it. So, you know, I had to prepare, and it was a lot. And honestly, this is another reason I'm so happy, you know, in general, because I don't have to do that prep time. That was like an hour prep time, like food, clothes, and then just general like life. Like it was a lot. But needs to say, routine, right? Like I've literally been in this room in the same seat since 8 o'clock, 12 hours now.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Yikes.
Exactly. So, yeah, definitely need to change it up. Maybe next week I'll be outside or something.
See you outside. All right. So I kind of lied. So there's a little bit more hip hop-ish to discuss. Okay. Would you consider Rihanna a hypocrite or sellout because she is now performing at the Super Bowl halftime show for the upcoming Super Bowl, when before she said she couldn't support the NFL because of the things that they've done, primarily surrounding Colin Kaepernick? I'm trying to see if I can find the quote of what she said before. In 2019, during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, the Rude Boy singer turned down the opportunity to perform during the Pepsi halftime show in support of former NFL great Colin Kaepernick, who was banned for life by the entire league. And of course, the website jumps. Okay. What she said was that same year, she told Vogue, "I just couldn't be a sellout. Should I do it in a fake Barbadian accent?"
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know if I can do this, but let's see. That same year, she told the Vogue,
I don't.
Yeah, I can't do it. I just couldn't be a sellout. I couldn't be an enabler. Why the fuck does the website? Yo, I hate when advertisements come up on websites and it pushes the screen around. I just couldn't be an enabler. There's things within that organization that I don't agree with at all. And I was not about to go on and be of any service to them, the NFL, in any way. Sir Nygel, is Rihanna a sellout and or hypocrite?
Both. She ain't shit.
She ain't shit. Oh, she ain't shit. Okay.
Look, you made that statement, then you need to make a statement about how you changed your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be out here, you know, all high mighty. I would never do that. I can't condone these actions. And in 2 years? 2 years? Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I'm sorry. What? No. Nope. Can't get on that. And honestly, Rihanna got a sketchy history anyway, in general, right? Like with me, because you think about the Chris Brown jump, right? Did songs with him afterwards. Like, he whooped your ass. Like, you know, like,
forgive and forget. Like, I
guess I'm supposed to forgive and forget that she said, I don't want to be a sellout. What you now?
There's no money involved from the Super Bowl halftime show. They don't get paid.
That's even worse. At least in my mind, I was like, well, they must have offered her a hell of a check. No, you know what's probably happening? She got probably another CD coming out.
That's probably what it is.
And she wants the free advertisement. So you know what that means?
Yeah.
You would be selling out. Exactly what the fuck you said you weren't going to do. You know, if Rihanna did the performance and didn't drop a shitty movie or a album, cool, we good. But if you drop an album within the same 2-year parameters, you're a sellout.
Yeah, the speculation online from some people is that she will be performing a new song, and whether or not we hear the new song on the halftime show or it's going to be released prior, who knows? But I would have to agree that she is selling out. I also believe that people have the right to change their mind. But when you're specific about your reasons against, you should be just as specific about your reasons for.
Yeah.
Like I do think, and this is weird for me to say, but like I do think there should be some public explanation for this, because there was a public explanation against this.
Yeah. Like you went out of your way to make it known, like, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to be a sellout. So same energy. Hey, look, you know what? I did decide to do, and this is the reasons why. Now, given in society, you don't need to explain yourself for shit, right?
Yeah,
but
shit, you really don't.
She is a celebrity, and she chose to go above and beyond that last time. So, because you're in the limelight, and because people value what you say, and you chose to manipulate and use that, now you need to do the same for the other side.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Like that is how I think it should go as well.
Yeah. So if you don't want to ever have to do that, shut the fuck up. What's your thoughts on this political situation? I like cheese, and just walk off.
I like turtles is a good one.
I like turtles.
That's a good one.
He needs some milk, walk off. You know what I'm saying? Just fuck it. I don't have nothing to say about nothing.
Or just say something positive like Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
So what? Halloween's coming up. Like just
isn't this a nice day? I don't know.
Some people like their cucumbers pickled.
Yeah.
Like just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Just walk away. All right, next one. Myanmar OnlyFans model sentenced to 6 years in jail. A Myanmar woman has been jailed for 6 years by a military court for posting pictures on adult subscription site OnlyFans, amongst other platforms. Nang Mui San, a model and former doctor. First of all, how do you have both of those jobs? How do you become a model and a former doctor?
I feel like females have it easier, right? Like,
not to be a doctor though. There's no
no. She became a doctor, cool, but she might just look decent, and now she's a model. Like, you could be anything and be a model. Like, I can post pictures on Instagram and be a model. Now, whether or not it will stick is based on what I look like. Now, this, you wouldn't believe me. But if I had a kadonk and some big old titties and a flat stomach and some work done, you know what? Yeah, you're a model.
Okay.
There's somebody out there that's going to agree with you. Now, if I tell somebody, yeah, I'm a model, for what? Feet? Like, what you...
Afro sheen, bitch. Like, get the fuck out of here. A model and former doctor has been charged 2 weeks ago. Wait. Nang Mui San, a model and former doctor, had been charged 2 weeks ago for harming culture and dignity, military authorities said. She got 6 years after being charged 2 weeks ago. Nigga.
Quick system.
Damn. She had also previously taken part in protests against the military, there you go, which seized power in 2021 in a coup. She is believed to be the first person in Myanmar jailed for OnlyFans content. Another model who had also posted pictures of her participation in protests on social media was also arrested in August under the same law. Let me do this last part. Nang Mui San was found guilty of distributing nude photos and videos on social media sites for a fee under Section 33A of the country's electronics transaction law, which carries a maximum sentence of 7 years. The model lived in Yangon's North Daigon Township, an area where martial law is in force. 6 years for posting your titties on the internet and protesting against the military.
Well, she ain't shit.
She ain't shit. Wow.
Well, look at this. They have a law that says you post your titties, you're going to go to jail. Maximum sentence, 7 years. She got 6, so they're being lenient, right? A lot of other countries, they don't play that shit. See, a lot of U.S., they spoil us, right? You can do some mad legal shit, get slapped on the wrist. Other countries, nah, you gone, dog. You out. What you think you're going to do for the next 10 years? Be in jail. That's what you about to be, because you broke the law and you ain't supposed to be doing it. And that's what you get.
The law is her titties, though, dog.
Hey, the law says you're not supposed to post this shit online. She did it. If she wanted to post some titties and make some money, she could move. But you chose to live there.
She was trying to raise money through her titties to move.
Then she need to
I'm
be
assuming
a BMF. That's what she need to be.
So she ain't shit.
She ain't shit.
What about the laws that govern Myanmar?
It's fucked up. I will gentle judge those. I mean, it's harsh, but there are some. I mean, there's a lot of countries that you show an ankle, you wildin'. Like, I mean,
yeah, I believe there's a protest in Iran going on right now because they have I'm going to say it wrong, but they have a decorum police, and a woman was arrested because she didn't have her head wrap on right, hijab on right, and she was killed while in their custody. And they have taken to the streets and protested and what have you. I'm
telling you right now, America, we let a lot of stuff go and do some, you can get away with some stuff here, right? Other countries don't play that shit. They just like, look, bro, you gone. And that's, I mean, like it's crazy, but I mean, I wouldn't go over there and do some wild shit.
Oh, no, like before you go anywhere, you learn the rules. Like, why do we?
No,
you can't even go to California and wear certain baseball caps. You know, you can't go to LA and wear certain colors. Like, you gotta learn the rules of where you're going. Period.
Look, I think I mentioned this before. Like, I went to my family. We went to go to Hong Kong once, and we visited one of my uncles there. And it's against the law to like chew gum and put it on like the street and shit. Like, right? You get caned. Like, it will fuck you up. And I remember we went there, and like my mom, we could not chew gum. Like, it was just like, yo, look, I don't want you getting yoked up. Remember, even in the airport, they had like AK-47s, and I was like, yo, like I'm 8. Like, I'm like, yo, what is this? Why is there so much? It was like, stand behind the line. I was like, my bad.
Absolutely. That's exactly what
my fault.
I saw the line and I was like, I shouldn't cross it.
Yo, that's what I'm like saying. People be wilding, like, go over and do something. Like, we talked about this before, like those TV shows, it's like Locked Up Abroad and stuff like that. All right.
I mean, but they usually be like smuggling heroin and shit.
Yeah, like, but there's also the little laws that still matter as well. Like, where if you do, even like you go like what you talk about some leaders, you go to jail instantly.
I mean, we had Salt Bay get locked up, Noodle Bay get locked up because he was sprinkling noodles in whatever country that was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's usually like in places like this where there is what was it called? The martial law is in effect. They just make it up as they go, and they just say this is what it is. You must oblige. Too late. 6 years.
Oh yeah, which is crazy. But I mean, they also have the power to do that, and I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, I know not everybody has the means to be able to up and leave, but you got to get out of there.
I think she was using them areolas to get a couple dollars to get up out of the country.
Well, then, I mean, I'm sure there was somebody you could have boned your way to freedom. Like,
what if it wasn't really her though? Like, what if they deep faked and put her face on it, and somebody was trying to set her up?
Now, then the government be ain't shit. But
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like in a place like this, they would just make up whatever anyway. Not saying they would go as far as the deep fake, but I wouldn't be surprised if they would just like lock that bitch up. We just gonna say she got some titties on OnlyFans, whether she does or not.
Possibility. I mean,
because she's in protest of the new regime, so they made sure to put that in there. Like, she was not a fan of the current government.
Yeah.
So she could have really just been like a organizer of people to go against the current regime, and they were just like OnlyFans model.
In which case, if that's the case, I take it back. She's not, but we'll never know because we're never going to see that photo of content.
Yeah, I'm never going to remember her name. Actually, you might see the content. Who says it was pulled down?
No, you're right.
Is it more spicy if the content? Is it more spicy because she's been to prison? Like, you go to jail, you get locked up, you get shot, you sell more records. So is her content?
Yeah, it's limited edition shit right now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Nobody gonna see them titties unless you're in jail. That's limit. That's limit. That's quality. That's a quality item.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's in high demand.
Mm-hmm. It's in high demand. Mm-hmm.
Going back to jail with it. Here we go. 14 guards indicted on misconduct charges at a women's prison. A New Jersey grand jury has indicted 14 corrections officers on charges stemming from what authorities says was a brutal attack in 2021 on inmates at the state's only women's prison. The grand jury handed up the indictments after more than a year-long investigation into the events at the Edna Mahan Correctional Facility for Women in the community of Clinton. Acting Attorney General Matt Platkin's office said late Tuesday. Attorneys for the guards charged have said previously they plan to fight the allegations in court. The charges include, why did they write it like this? The charges include conspiracy. The charges include conspiracy. Word count. Sure. Official misconduct, tampering with public records, and aggravated assault. The indictments are the latest development in a state criminal probe that resulted in significant fallout, including the departure of the state's corrections commissioner and Governor Phil Murphy's declaration that he will close the prison. What say you, Nygel, for the 14 guards indicted on misconduct charges at a women's prison in New Jersey?
I'm gonna y'all ain't shit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do y'all ain't shit. They shouldn't be doing that.
14 guards. It just sounded like they had beef and was just like, we're gonna fuck these bitches up every day.
Yeah, that's like a shift. Like that's not even like that's a large number.
Yeah. They had a vendetta against.
That's a Twilight shift right there.
Like every end. Like we're gonna lead them to this place and we're just gonna start whipping their ass. They ain't gonna fight back. They ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah, ain't shit. That if anything as well, like I feel like, you know, that should be able to weigh and take away from their sentences at that point, because that's punishment in addition to their punishment. Like that's double dipping. Like, you know, that's something wild.
I always felt like that too. Like if I'm in prison and then I'm being abused by the guards and then they go to trial and they're found guilty for abusing me, I feel like time should be negated off my sentencing.
Yeah, like whatever you gave them, take off of mine.
Yeah, that's fair. Eye for an eye. That's fair.
Because you know they're not gonna really give them that much, right? Oh, they get a year. Well, give me that year.
Yeah, like I want that year off or whatever. Like, yeah, like if there's whatever
those guards
time
aren't
they
getting like 15 years. Those guards are getting like 6 months or a year or 2 years. Like, give me that time.
But if there are multiple guards whipping my ass, I need to give time to one of those guards.
Compound it. Yeah, I need to get all those. So if everyone gets 6 months, I need 7 years off my shit.
Yeah. Like I don't want no concurrent shit. I want it to run consecutively. So I need those years consecutively taken off my time.
Yeah, because I mean, I get time off ideally for good behavior. Like, I mean, so this isn't my fault. Like, yeah, I shouldn't be getting my ass whooped.
I mean, it could be your fault. Sometimes it's your fault when you get your ass whooped.
Well, I mean, yeah, if I'm spitting on the guards or doing some wild shit, yeah, I deserve to get my ass whooped at that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm tit for tat at that point. But
yeah, I think if people really got like time off for the time that the perpetrators are sentenced, inmates would be instigating shit with guards all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like if this nigga knock out my tooth, I'm gonna get 5 years off. Like they're gonna show up my sentence, no doubt.
But then I was about to say they have body cams, but then they turn them off, and then it's all.
Yeah, but they might wear body cams now. Yeah, like they just might. Like I think getting time off for the time given to someone else would change the dynamics of prison altogether.
I agree.
The inmates would be running the show.
Yeah.
But it might be more peaceful at the same time too.
Because nobody would be because the inmates wouldn't actually like act on anything, right? Like they wouldn't give them a reason. Like no riots, y'all, because they could beat their ass justly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, you're just talking shit. And then the guard at that point just has to ignore you. But it might be more peaceful because it's like, because if the riot breaks out, they're gonna really whoop our asses because they haven't been able to.
Like, because that would not balance out completely, but that would introduce balance into the system. Because it's just like you do this, I get that.
Yep.
I do this, you get that. Like it's just one of those things. The only thing is like if the prisoner whips the guard's ass and then the prisoner gets more time because he gets charged from behind the wall. And the guard
he does anyway, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying the guard will just have to transfer because he got his ass whipped by a prisoner. Or she got her ass whipped by a prisoner. But 14, that's a whole crew. That is an NBA basketball roster with an injured reserve. That is players that only play at practice on that squad. They are covered completely.
Mm-hmm.
So I got two more.
Cool.
Plus size Philadelphia drag queen, 25, dies of a heart attack during a performance at a gay bar. Medical examiner says she was also killed by obesity and diabetes.
Okay.
Valencia Prime is her name, 25, died mid-performance while hosting her own show at a gay bar in Philadelphia. The plus-size queen collapsed on stage with paramedics rushing to help her on September the 12th. Her family has described her as a bright and rising star and have set up a GoFundMe for her funeral. Taboo Lounge and Sports Bar are hosting an event in her memory with all donations going to the family. The medical examiner ruled her death as natural causes, citing heart disease, obesity, and diabetes as direct influences. Sir Nygel, what do you rate the plus-size drag queen performer dying during her show?
That's unfortunate. Maybe gentle judgment.
Okay.
And the reason for that is just because I guess if you are overweight, obese, have diabetic problems, and you're going to be performing on stage with a lot of lights and things of that nature, I feel like you need to warm up to that. There must have been something. Maybe her body just was like, "What the fuck is this?" and couldn't handle it. So I feel like you need to prep better. Because you wouldn't see me just jumping out there to perform on stage because I'd know I'd pass out.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you would rehearse and you'd this wouldn't be your first rodeo. You started at a small level and then worked your way up to the big night at the gay drag bar, or it's probably brunch. I'm certain it was brunch. So the part that concerns me is that they say she died of natural causes, but heart disease and obesity and diabetes are influences towards her death. How is any of that natural?
All right, I'll give you that. Because
she's 25 and she died of natural causes. Like, all right, sounds unnatural to me. I don't think you worded this properly.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely. I mean, like, they ain't shit for that. Because I mean, there isn't. I mean, natural. If you're eating like burgers wrapped in pizza, like that's not natural. Like that is external factors.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody just trying to make it sound better than what it is.
Yeah, like when I think of natural causes, I think of being 96 and your heart's just like, all right, we're done.
Yeah, like we've lived. We ran our.
Like there's nothing left to pump. Like there's nothing left to do.
Nothing else to prove.
Body.
We're good.
Yeah, but at 25, I can't think of a natural cause of death.
That's too young.
Unless there was some underlying detail that just wasn't disclosed that would cause her heart to stop.
And that's where I would more so think maybe like they're covering up something, but I'm not gonna be a conspiracy theorist. So I could just assume that they were just trying to make it sound nicer than what it is, versus being like, person was overweight and shouldn't.
This fat bitch had heart disease. She was nasty. She wasn't gonna make it.
Exactly.
Clogged ass arteries.
You know, a lot of times I feel like, people, sugarcoat things when they probably should, keep it 100.
Mm-hmm. So you're there at the event having a good time because you like drag queens and food together.
But I want my money back. You died.
Okay. Okay. You just.
No, this has spoiled my brunch. How am I supposed to eat? You dead. All the dead particles in the air. I can't eat no more.
That is the thing, especially like if you were close to the stage where she like.
Yeah,
died.
And most times when people die, they like lose their bowels, right? So they
might not have died right away.
But either way, you did. Your bowels lost it, and you shit yourself. And I'm eating my omelet. I'm good. Give my money back.
So you don't want booty and dead air particles in your holiday.
No booty particles in my meal, and I want my money back. And the audacity for you to help ask for money.
You're talking for funds, or you're talking for the event that you went to?
Well,
the
no,
audacity for
I'll pay for a show, but you died, so I need to get that money back. But then they're asking for funds for the family to help pay for this, funeral.
Mm-hmm.
No,
the audacity. No, we're not.
No,
we're not paying.
I don't know them.
Oh,
so wait. So real quick, you walking down the street, homeless man dies. You gonna send money somewhere to help pay for his funeral?
I think how it works is if they tell you about it and it touches you, then you give.
It didn't touch me.
Okay, but you were there, and the death particles might have landed on your.
I'm also here on Earth, and people die all the time. You don't see me giving away money.
Touche.
Look. I mean, feel for his family. I mean, her family. Sorry to hear that. Wish you the best. I want my money back. I want a voucher for this brunch for next weekend.
What? Wait, that's double the food though. That's double. Get your money back, and you want more food.
Emotional damage.
So you should be compensated.
Or do you want me to write a review? Last time I went here, which is true, bitch died on the stage.
I do think. Well, that can go one of two ways, because like dope fiends, like if they hear about a pack that's killing people, they want in. So it could be just as exciting for the average consumer. Like, yo, I can go here, have a great meal, and potentially someone kick the bucket.
It's like NASCAR almost, but for
brunches.
Just
turning left until someone just wiggles the wrong way.
This is my thought. If a house was to have a dead body in it, it's discounted.
Okay, you're right.
So next time I come, I know the knowledge that someone died on stage.
Died at this venue at this spot.
Yep. I want my money back, and I want a discount if you guys want me to have my return business. You
are a demanding patron.
Yeah.
Money
you
back,
died.
Discount.
I don't want that. No, you fucked up my day.
Bad review on Yelp.
You ruined my day.
Not
with
donating.
You dying. With you dying.
Donating. Yeah.
Yes. Look, no, you died. And then, not to mention, because you died, ambulance showed up. I mean, I can't leave. I'm stuck, right? I'm stuck in this joint. Probably with somebody I didn't want to be with in the first place.
Like, I'm a witness to a crime. They're gonna want my statement.
I'm a witness to a crime. They're gonna want to ask questions. They want to, no. Where's the manager at? How long this gonna be?
I got places to be.
My meter about to expire. You know, it costs $3 an hour in DC or $6 an hour.
That's the thing.
So what, you gonna compensate me for that too?
That's the thing. Fair.
My car gets towed because I couldn't get out of here because she died. Were you gonna take me to work tomorrow? Because it's Sunday. Because it's always brunches on Sundays. Oh, so somebody just died in front of me. I guess I'm gonna do some mimosas.
Are they still bottomless, or what's going on here?
Exactly. Like, they need to be bottomless now.
You're like, you need to be compensated for the inconvenience of someone dying during your meal. Plain as
someone died during my meal at your establishment.
You owe me.
Do you think I'm coming back?
You owe me. Plain and simple.
Yeah. That's how I would roll. Because that's like a sorry to hear again about their loss, but that's like a golden ticket.
You're on a date. Young lady you like. This happens. Are you having the same approach?
How much I like her.
You like her. And whatever that means is whatever.
Like, this is Bae, this is Miss Taylor.
This is whatever you want it means to say when you say you like somebody.
I don't know. I recuse.
You recuse yourself?
Like, in my mind, I feel like I probably wouldn't do shit, but I would joke about it, how I wanted to do it and see her reaction. And then
okay.
If she was like, I don't know, like I feel like I still would decide to say something. Like, I'm not gonna eat anymore. So depending on where we're at, like if we're at the end of our meal, I wouldn't say anything, right?
Okay.
But if we just sat down, I ordered my joint, got like a couple bites into it, and the person dropped dead. Nah, I need my money back, man. And she could understand that. Like, I don't want to eat with a dead body in the room.
I mean, I hope they didn't just leave her on the stage. Like, I hope people panicked and was like, "Oh no, something's wrong." And then
but you don't pick them up. You got to wait for the ambulance. That's at least a half an hour of them just sitting there.
I mean, they might have rolled her over, lifted her up, and was like, trying to give her chest compressions.
The dead body. Look,
they're not dead right away. Even when you do die, like, there's still like the sensibilities of being a human. Like, you're gonna want to reach out and try to make sure there's nothing else you could do.
Like, this person's overweight, right? There ain't nobody moving this person.
They can roll them over.
You gonna roll this person who passed out? No one's touching that person. You know why? Because society's got to the point now where you can get sued for touching somebody. No one's gonna even bat an eye.
Not necessarily the patrons, but there are other people working that know this woman. Like, there are other drag performers, because she was the host.
Maybe
she was the host, so she had like her friends in her community there for her. Like, she didn't just that's fucking horrible. Like,
it is horrible. But I'm pretty sure
die and everybody just look like
her.
What can we do? What we can't
throw
do
a blanket over her or something like.
This is going. As soon as she passed out, they just pulled out the chalk and just outlined.
Nothing's here. Just fucking blanket her up. I mean, even if they do try to do, that's still like a half an hour to an hour that she's just laying there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not gonna roll her off stage, yo. Like, they're not. Like,
no, I'm saying that they're coming to her aid.
No. I'm not saying that they won't come to her aid. But after a point, you're gonna be like, yo, I think she's dead.
I feel like.
And you just close the curtains, hit the little technical difficulty joint. Beep, 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 beep.
I feel like there was a lot of drama when it happened.
Definitely.
Like an exorbitant amount of drama. Like the audible gasp and the shock and dismay from the other performers and possibly some of the patrons there. I feel like it was one of those, like, you know where you are kind of things. Like that was kind of gay. Like, that was kind of gay. Like, it was, I feel like it was just one of those, like, because like while you're there for the performance, you can kind of like ignore who the people are because like you're entertained, right? So you're there for a show. But then like when their actual like personalities show up because a human event is occurring, it's just like, wait, this is because like you, for instance, if you went or if I went, like, this ain't our jam, but if our lady wanted to go to this, it'd be like, all right, fine, whatever. They got good food or good drinks or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like, so, all right, we're there. It's cute. It's cool, whatever. You don't love it. It's whatever. You're putting up with it. And then something like this happens. And then like the dramatic surrounding it show up. And it's just like, yo, this place is gayish. Like, it just wakes up the party. You're just like, yo, this place is gay as a motherfucker. Ooh. Definitely. Because you don't know initially, like, something's wrong and somebody's hurt, but you don't know like somebody's died or dying. You just, oh shit, the performer fell. Oh, I hope they're okay. And then it's just like pandemonium ensues, and it's just, there's a top, and then there's the over the top that you get at this venue, and then it's just, I think that would happen, and that'll be like jarring and startling and whatever. Like, what the fuck is going on? I am never going to get my bacon.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I know, like, management would, like, everything would cease and desist. Like, nothing would happen. We have to wait for police. Ambulance would pull up. Then a stretcher would have to try to, they always overcram those brunches, right? So that means, like, get your ass up so we can get the stretcher through so we can pick this person up. So not only do I not have my food, you got me standing up to get out your way.
Yeah.
Then you get the stretcher, and then I still don't have my food. You done rolled this body out. Now, whether or not I know they're dead or not, that's a different thing. But I'm assuming they're going to have the blanket over the top of their face if they know, like, nah, she didn't make it.
Yeah.
You going to roll her by me? As soon as that body rolls by me, I'm looking right at the manager like, we need to talk.
Because you owe me.
Something. I need to get something. Either you don't need necessarily get my money back, but I need to be able to come back. Like, if I come back here, I want my meal to be comped or something. Like, this is unacceptable.
So they write like performer died vouchers or something like that. Like, would it?
Hey,
have within 2 weeks to use it. So
something, because as even like a person who used to be like a manager in retail, like something needs to be done to the patrons at that restaurant. Like, sorry, we don't want this to spread like wildfire because social media is a bitch and it's probably already on someone's Instagram. We want you guys to come back. We want you not to talk ill of this establishment. So we're gonna comp everybody's dessert or something.
Everybody gets a free molten lava cake with your choice of scoop of ice cream. Just come back in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Sorry for the inconvenience. That's what the manager said. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Well, but even then, you think about just like health code, like that.
Nothing changes immediately. No one's like in the dead person's body. Like it's not gonna. It takes a while for that kind of shit to happen.
I understand.
It takes longer than 30 minutes.
But now I'm psychologically messed up.
I get it. Yeah. You have nightmares waking up in the middle of your sleep. I'm coming out, and then somebody just falls and dies. Like he just terrors. I had a dream the other night, and I was just like, why will my brain do this to me? I was on some sort of adventure with like a Pokemon character that didn't exist.
Okay.
All right. We're running through a field, and then the Pokemon, it was like the first version of the character. It was just like this green, I don't know, bush looking creature with legs, right? And eyes.
Okay.
Then it evolved as we were running away from something across the field. And it evolved into a snake with a bulge in its throat, like a big old rubber ball that you would get from Walmart out of the bin, just stuck in his throat. So we're running, but as it evolves, it slows down. So I get ahead of it, and then I turn around to see where my Pokemon is, and I go towards it, and the fucking thing lunges at my face, and I'm watching it from first person. So I'm startled as shit because this thing lunges at my face, so it wakes me up, and I just say to myself, like, why would I do that to myself?
Yo,
I'm the only one. Like, I'm the only one here right now. There's no other there's no influence.
Violence.
My body was just like, attack. Like, it was just like, what the fuck? Why would you do that to me? Like, why the fuck would you do that to me? So bad dreams and death. And they owe you a drink voucher.
I think so. I mean, something. Like, I mean, never had anybody die on me in an establishment, but I feel like I would say something.
I did see.
And honestly, I think on the strength of I probably didn't want to go in the first place. So now this is my reason to double down.
I did see a kid die once in real life on the streets. And it fucked me up. I didn't see the event that caused him to die. I just so happened to be coming around the corner, and it already happened. And the police were there. They caught the culprit. It was all for something stupid. Like, it was a dude on a bike, and he tried to do a trick and he fell. And his kids were like laughing at him or whatever, right? Okay. It made him feel embarrassed. And he ran up to, like, the guy was like, if I was, I don't know, 25, the guy was close to my age, and the kid was like a kid, like middle school, maybe 13. Okay. And he stabbed him like 3 times, boom, boom, boom. And the kid was like laying in the parking lot, like bleeding out, but the police were there and they had the guy, and everybody was just like standing around the kid. Like, nobody helped. Like, I didn't get too close, but like nobody helped the kid. He was just like dying. And it was one of those things like, I need to go because this is crime scene. I need to go. But last story has something to do with kids, and that's a horrible way to transition into it, but here we go. Brands blast Twitter for ads next to child pornography accounts. Some major advertisers, including Dyson, Mazda, Forbes, and PBS Kids, of all places, have suspended their marketing campaigns or removed their ads from parts of Twitter because their promotions appeared alongside tweets soliciting child pornography. DirecTV and ThoughtWorks also told Reuters late on Wednesday they have paused their advertising on Twitter. Brands ranging from Walt Disney, NBC Universal, and Coca-Cola to a children's hospital were among more than 30 advertisers that appeared on profile pages of Twitter accounts peddling links to exploitative material, according to Reuters. Review of accounts identified in new research about child sex abuse online from cybersecurity group Ghost Data. Some of the tweets include keywords related to that starts with an R in teens and appeared alongside promoted tweets from corporate advertisers. The Reuters review found in one example, a promoted tweet for a shoe and accessories brand, Cole Haan, appeared next to a tweet in which a user said they were trading teen child content. Sir Nygel, what do you say to Twitter having child pornography? Like, ancient, I'm on board with you. When I read it, I was like, wait, why is this account even available on Twitter? How were they able to circulate information about this subject on Twitter? Like,
there's a couple of things. How that information. Two, they're so greedy for advertisements that they're not even caring where they're located, right? So, like, I don't give a shit. Like, airlines, when they sell, like, they got 30 seats, they sell 40. Like, we don't give a shit. Maybe you make it, maybe you don't. We don't care. And they're just selling this advertisement space. Like, hey, yeah, we can make sure we, and they probably fluffing the numbers too, right? Like, oh yeah, like, people that sign up for our stuff get, 300 more views or whatever, 300% more views. Because you got it in shit that we don't want people to be affiliated with, like, at all. Like, that's not our audience, and we don't want nothing to do with them.
That's crazy. Like, the idea that these, like, I'm not into this kind of shit, but I never thought in a million years that it would be enough of this kind of shit in a space like Twitter where it could impact advertisement. Like, big brands and big, I didn't know, like.
I can believe it, because Twitter is a wild place.
Absolutely. But at the same time, I am completely surprised, like, because I think of Instagram, and there's, maybe it is, maybe there are also accounts like this all over Instagram where they're just like, that world is so perplexing and separated from what I think about in my autopilot life that is just like, this is scary. Like, this is very scary.
Oh, it's definitely scary.
And like, I would hate to be Dyson's trying to sell chicken nuggets, and the dude, Chomo37, is talking about he's trying to trade his Dropbox account with someone else because he's got preteens in bathing. Like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Also, the audacity for these people to just be talking in a public forum like Twitter.
Well, it also shows you that they can get away with it because they have gotten away with it. This is not something that's just brand new. This has been going on. They just happen to get found because advertisements were like, wait, who the fuck is this? Like,
the advertisers hired people, or Reuters looked into.
They're probably doing like an audit. Like, are these leads actually being, rendering results? And it's like, well, this one says, I got a kit for sale.com. I don't think that's our what? Like, and then that just escalated.
That is disgusting.
It is disgusting. I've talked about this before. Like, anything with children, that's not cool, man. And I mean, like, honestly, the fact that Twitter even has these people on there makes me glad I don't use it like that. So
I'm gonna switch this into a discussion I was having with a buddy of mine, and he has an associate that has a different perspective, and he was saying that he does, and he was saying how his therapist told him that he needs to understand where this person's coming from instead of just like judging and dismissing him. To that I said, fuck no, you don't, because there's no way in the world I need to know about certain things. Like, so would you ever try to understand where a person who creates an account like that is showing and distributing and sharing that kind of content? Like, do you need to understand that person, or do you just say, fuck no?
No.
Just not associate. Like, I don't
associate. No, I don't even understand where you come from. What are you going to tell me? Like, you had a bad childhood, or your girlfriend broke up with you, or you were traumatized because of something. Like, all right, now that I know that information, still don't like it. Like, It's the principle behind it. Like
You need to know the
it's
information.
regardless of what your justification is, I'm not going to be okay with it.
Good man. You're that same eye to eye. Like there's no
nothing
way
you can say on this world that would make me be like, oh, totally cool. Like
that
nothing,
makes perfect sense.
nothing in this world.
See
So
how you.
So like some stuff, like, oh, I don't like dark chocolate versus milk chocolate. Okay, let me hear it. Cool, I can maybe see that, right? Like I can see that I definitely can see that, right? That makes sense. But there are certain guiding principles that I abide by in life, such as not meddling with children.
No diddling.
That
no
regardless of whatever you say to me,
diddling.
you are not going to convince me otherwise. People who cheat on, like, and this is my personal, people who cheat on their wives and husbands ain't got no justification to me because you married that person, you made a commitment. Unacceptable. Like I just, if you didn't want to get married, you shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? No one told you. You didn't have to. If you want to cheat on them, that you fucked up. Messing with kids, you fucked up. There's certain things you just don't do. And regardless of what you tell me, you got kidnapped by aliens, you got child molested when you were a kid, which is even more disgusting. Why you keep going through with it? Because you experienced it. You shouldn't want to put that on anybody else. Traumatized, family get divorced, or whatever the case. No reason to justify that shit. At all.
Okay,
At all.
I'm gonna slide the scale up a little bit.
Okay.
Friend of yours, 38, decided he wanted to date a 20-year-old and he brings her around to hang out. What do you say to that?
I feel
Mm-hmm.
I'd be concerned. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Xing it out, I'm not going to. I feel like there's a lot of elements, right? Like if they're dating and just to have fun, maybe she's really mature. Maybe it's just his counterpart. Maybe they work, they click. Maybe he's gone through a bad spill. And he just needs simpler times with not as much requirements. I could maybe see it. I'd have to see how the relation plays out. It was like, remember that movie, Couples Retreat, I think with Vince Vaughn and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Remember the black guy? I forgot his name.
Faison.
Yeah. Remember how he had that younger joint? Like that, I'd be like, all right, dog, like she ain't the one. Like you too old to be out of the club at 4:00 in the morning. Like, time that shit out. But if she's like an old soul and your boy is like, mad immature, maybe. Like, I mean, maybe it could work, maybe not. I wouldn't automatically dismiss it.
Well, years ago, I went to a relative's house for Thanksgiving and I brought with me my girlfriend's daughter because her mom had to work and she didn't want to go to her grandparents' house or something like that. I'll just take her with me. She was 14 and she was probably like 5'8". So I bring her in the house and I say, hey, this is her name. She's my girlfriend's daughter. People didn't listen to me when I said that. And they thought she was my girlfriend.
See,
14 years old. What up? 14 years old. No one said anything to me about it until the end of the night when it came up again. And I was like, oh yeah, it's my girlfriend's daughter. And one of my cousins, older cousins, he was like, I thought you said that was your girlfriend. I figured she was kind of young, but nobody ever challenged me on it when I brought a 14-year-old and I said this was my girlfriend.
See, like you need more Nygels in your family because I would have been like, what did you say?
Exactly. That's one of those like,
what?
I'm not thinking I didn't say that. So it wasn't anything for me. Like,
oh yeah.
I'm fixing her.
They didn't hear it. They didn't
kid.
care. And they just kept it moving, which is
she's
crazy.
a kid in my care. So it's just like, you okay? You need this, you need whatever, right? You can, whatever. It wasn't like we were sitting on the couch together. We were just, she was at one seat, I was in another seat. Like, it was just like, I'm paying attention to her because like she's in my care.
Yeah, because it's also your girlfriend's daughter. So
it's my girlfriend's daughter.
So I need to make sure you're good at least because this is.
I got to take you back in one piece, and
because it's gonna fuck me up if you don't come back in one piece.
Exactly, but no one said anything to me. They just gonna let it slide. Now it's just like, that is so weird.
It's funny. My mom, when I was in college, I messed with this Asian girl, and she looked mad young, but she wasn't. And I remember bringing her home. And I was like, yeah, this is my girlfriend. Or, I think at the time I never put labels on anything. I was like, this is my friend, whatever, right? And which is a label, but I know anyway. So talking to my mom, and she like literally pulled me over and was like, how old is she? And I was like, I think at the time she was 20 and I was 22 maybe, right? I was like, yeah, she's 20, Mom. And she's like, oh, okay, she looks young. And I was like, no, she's definitely of age, Mom. And I'm really surprised we're having this conversation because you think I would bring someone that young to the house. But I think it also sparked off I guess another instance that happened like 3 years before. And not to go on a tangent, but like my boy tried to set me up with his girlfriend's friend. That girlfriend's friend was 14 and I was 18. They lied about her age. I didn't know. And I found out later when the mom of the girlfriend called my mom and said, your son's messing with a 14-year-old. And I was like, I don't even know who this woman is or this young lady is, because it was more so like, are you interested? And I was like, no. But my name got thrown out there. Right. So then I think 3 years later, my mom was like, how old is this joint? I was like, Mom, you don't have to worry about me because I don't do that shit. Like, so if I'm aware, which I definitely had to question people now. Yeah, I don't play that. That shit is wild.
Yeah, in the olden days of the internet, like the Black Planet days, there were plenty of
people
not age appropriate young ladies on Black Planet trying and successfully lying to many men.
Oh yeah,
many men. Like I got a not a homie, but somebody I knew, like I played basketball with. He on the sex offender registry because he linked up with some girl on the internet back in the day, and she was not of age, and her mom found out, and it's just like he didn't know.
Yeah, because they lied. But, I mean, you're supposed to. Like, you gotta almost do some investigation. You gotta do some investigation. Like, and like honestly, like, yeah, no, I don't. But I mean. And that's wrong. But in that situation, the initial example you gave, like a 20, 21-year-old messing with like a 38-year-old, I mean, it's a 17-year gap, right? So I would have some reserves around that just because of the gap. I'm like, what do you guys talk about? Like cassettes. She doesn't like,
Listen,
like,
once,
does she even know
once
what
it gets
Blockbuster
past
is?
5 years, once it gets past 5 years, things are different. Like,
no, it is. I messed with somebody who was like 8 years younger than me once, and it was hard to have conversations sometimes.
Like I say, people are the same age, 3 up and 3 down, because that's the age group you went to high school with.
Yeah.
And primarily, like some of your core memories are going to be the same, and the things you enjoyed and wanted to get into are going to be the same. Yeah. Once you go beyond that high school range, it can get a little tricky, but 5 years or more, it's going to get real tricky, real quick.
No, because it's honestly like a lot of the hiccups that me and that ex went through was there's like a lot of times where I was like, I prefer talking on the phone versus texting, right? And I know that makes me sound old, but I mean, I just prefer a conversation. Like, I love being able to speak to my significant other and talk about my day, what's going on, stuff like that. And if we're texting, like, really, to be honest, a full day of texting is like a 15-minute conversation, right? So like, it's not really giving me the what I need as far as my communication with my significant other. Right. So I used to have to like argue with her about like, yo, I really want to speak on the phone. Like, and it's just like, well, I'd rather text. And I'm like, this isn't gonna work. And it didn't. So yeah, it was just different times. I mean, I know not everyone's a phone person either, but I thrive on phone conversations.
Yeah, I think I say this to my oldest son all the time. He's having not challenges, but he's not confident when it comes to talking to girls. He's like, I just don't know what to say. And I'm just like, say something. Because the longer you go living through communicating through your phone, the harder it's going to be to have a conversation with any person that's not someone you've already known your whole life. Yeah. Like, you've got to step outside of yourself and just start talking to people, because it just becomes more challenging, because the nuances of just having a conversation are so impractical because they're so far away. Like, you talk to your teachers, you talk to your homeboys, you talk to your parents, you talk to your family members. That's it. You don't even like ordering food when we go to Qdoba. You know what I'm saying? Like, you because you don't have a reference for just like dealing with people in real life. So me, myself, personally, if we kicking it, we going out. Like I want to talk. I want to engage in manners that are far more expressive than sending text. But I also think that if you're seeing somebody, you have to send them memes. You have to send them Giphies. You have to send them clips of things that you find funny or interesting, because you find out real quick if they have the same sense of humor that you do. Because what they send back, or they have a sense of humor that you can get along with. Because when they start sending stuff back, you just be like, that's not that funny. Or I don't like this, or that, what the fuck is this is corny. Like you'll see that and you'll know like, oh, I probably can't laugh with this person, because what I'm laughing at, they're not going to find funny.
Yeah, I've definitely tested the boundaries on a lot of people, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is where the line is here, and then I'll go somewhere else and test the line there too.
Yeah, like I think that is an addition. Like that is beneficial, or a benefit to dating nowadays. Is like you got to share memes, yo. If you don't,
because everyone's sense of humor is totally different, yo.
I really think that is a pretty good indicator to finding out that this is someone you can agree with on things. Especially if they throw them back at you.
Oh yeah. Like I mean, like I love being sarcastic if I can, and not everybody can take that. So like I like to be able to go back and forth, but not everybody is quick with it either. So I've had to like tone down my humor sometimes just so I can kind of accommodate. But then I also like a lot of dark shit, and you can't send that to everybody.
I mean, but at least right?
Yeah, I know.
It could be the one like you send it out and then it hits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then it'd be like, all right.
Then you found
foreign waters. Yeah, exactly. I'd probably be like, yo, all right. Love.
So you gotta try. You gotta try. But that was all the show I had this week. Was anything else you wanted to cover, Sir Nygel?
No, I think that's it.
All right, I'm gonna wrap it up then. Thank you, members of the jury, for experiencing those proceedings with us. All actions have been arraigned correctly, and our judgment is the law of this land. Now, if you want to provide different input or even share an agreement with what has been presented before you, please do so in one or all of the following manners. Send an email to don'tjudgepod@gmail.com. Hit the hotline at 410-834-1562. Or reach out to the Honorable Sir Nygel via WhatsApp at Don't Judge Me Podcast. And with my closing statement, I'd just like to say, enjoy life. Do whatever you want with that life, just as long as you don't judge me for judging you.
Yep. I remind you guys about our Instagram and Twitter at Don't Judge Pod. We post a link on there, post photos and funny stuff. Share a meme with us. Love to hear your sense of humor. Besides that, though, I guess I'll leave you with this, since it's, Fat Boy Fall and spooky season. If you're feeling lonely, dim all the lights and put a horror film on. You won't feel lonely, but for so long.
I think that one went over my.
Because it's scary, so you're gonna feel like somebody's watching you or something.
Sorry, I had to break that one down.
That's it.
Yeah, that one I was just like, but you're just gonna be scared. But then
but then you don't feel alone, because you're like, sometimes I feel like somebody's watching me.
Is there any type of horror movie you won't watch?
I actually hate horror movies.
There we go. All right, cool.
The main reason is because nowadays they're all about jump scares. And I don't like jump scares because I feel like they're very forced. It's not actually like a scary movie. It is you just throwing something at my face, like that Pokemon that attacked you, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want that. Like, give me a scary movie where I legit am scared to use my car because it's about cars eating people. Like, I want a plot, and I want them to build a scary movie around that. Like, give me something like that. And that is a lost form of entertainment nowadays. Like a quality, like Freddy Krueger scared me. Candyman, you could not get me to go in the bathroom and say Candyman.
What did you think about the original Scream movies?
Yeah, it was okay.
What about?
I didn't think it was scary.
So my wave is 13 Ghosts, Scream movies, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, like the first two. So like
I know what you did last summer. I felt like was scarier than Scream.
Okay. Those are the ones the only horror I would really get into.
Yeah, because you mean like that type of genre of horror? Yeah. I get down with that. Versus like, what's that movie with like all the dolls and shit, like Annabelle or something like that? Like I don't care for those.
I mean, Tales from the Hood, I can watch that because that's not.
Yeah, I can
scary.
watch that. It was corny. Like even like Tales from the Crypt wasn't even that bad. Like the skeleton, remember in the suit? Like I think that was funny.
Oh, the HBO series or the
movie? The series. I think.
I don't remember much from the series. I know it was on, but the movies, Bordello of Blood.
Remember Who's Afraid of the Dark on Nickelodeon?
I've seen it. I never watched it as a kid, but I've seen it as like an older person. But I've never. Yeah. What I'm saying is like I've seen it in the TV Guide registry or whatever, but I've never ever watched it.
So I can get down with a well plot out horror movie.
Did you watch Goosebumps on Fox
I used to
Kids?
Watch that and read it. Yeah, I used to like those.
Really? Like
so, it was like a twist, right? Like it was like, oh, I could see how that's fucked up, right? Like it wasn't a jump scare; it was more so of a concept of horror, right? Like I like that, but like if your whole movie is about like demons popping out of a mirror during the daytime, that's just jump scares. I don't care for that.
So we're about 3 years apart or something like that, right?
I think
I was born in 80.
Years. Oh yeah, you too. So 2
All right, so 2 years apart.
I guess 2 years ish.
Yeah, because your birthday's in December, so you're almost 83. But so like I felt like Are You Afraid of the Dark Goosebumps was like so beneath my age group whenever it came out. I was like, I can't watch this. This is for little kids.
Yeah.
But you watched it and it's just like, but we were roughly the same age. So
but I got also like I think when I was younger too, I watched a lot of TV, and Are You Afraid of Dark used to come on like at 10 p.m. on Friday, and I used to play video games then, but I also used to be in the house. So like it was just on. So I watched it just more so because it was on and it was just something to do. And then the books though, I read some of them, but towards like the later part of it, I did feel like they were beneath me because it was younger, right? Mm-hmm. So I didn't read them as much, but I did start off, but I didn't really get to finish it, I guess. But it was interesting. And even when Are You Afraid of the Dark, it was just like that Friday night, TGI Friday, like that shit was busting. So it was just like, all right, I'm just gonna watch all this shit.
Oh yeah, TGI Friday was the best.
Yeah, like 8 to like 11, I would like seriously be in front of the TV, just Family Matters, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Step by Step, all that stuff.
Yeah, that was. I've always said late 80s to early 90s were like the best time to be a kid watching television because everything seemed interesting and fascinating because it wasn't edgy yet, but it was leaning towards the edge for like entertainment and stuff like that. It wasn't quite like in your face edge, but it was just like teetering off. It was the slope down from like the Cosby Show experience, and like Different World even turned it up towards the edge and stuff like that. It was a good time to be a kid, and like it's all fascinating and new and interesting and colorful and bright, and it just seems like it's just for you, even though it has nothing to do with you. But that was a great time to be a kid to watch TV.
Yeah, no, like right now you couldn't get me to sit in front of the TV. Well, like it's series, but like 6 different shows back to back. Nah, not now.
Yeah, you saw last week I was wrecking my brain trying to find something on TV to not even watch.
Yeah, exactly.
like I ain't even watching this.
Background noise, yo. Like I literally like it's so crazy. Like I can't think of one TV show. Like every once in a while Netflix drink would drop, but like that's it. Like I mean, there's no like TV like I would watch. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it just ain't lit. You got any spooky season events planned or lined up?
I have a Halloween party at the end of the month, and then I am going to Oktoberfest this upcoming weekend.
Where's it at?
Somewhere in DC. I have no idea.
Is it like beer trucks or stuff like that? I think
beer and like bratwurst trucks. It's free to come in, but then you gotta buy whatever you need to buy.
Yeah.
And I think there's they have like live bands performing as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a white people event, but if you like beer and bratwurst, then
which I don't, but somebody I work with wants to hang out, and he's a cool dude, so I'm trying.
Is this the cool dude from the other time?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going out again.
Is it? Wait. Is it more than you guys?
No, it's just the two of us. So
Oh,
I don't know.
Is this the second or third or what is this?
Third, I think. Yeah. So I don't know.
You in a relationship?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm pretty much dating. But yeah, well, it's a common joke too amongst my group because we're going to have glizzies and beer. So
yes, this is
I watch how I might be using a knife and fork while I'm consuming my bratwurst.
You got to turn your back to him while you scoff your glizzy.
Do I want to turn my back to him though? So, but yeah, that's what I'm going this weekend, and then Halloween party at the end of the month. We usually I'm part of a group that does like a game night every month, and so that's the theme.
Are you inviting him to the Halloween party?
No, but it has been talked about. I wouldn't mind, but I also feel my personalities are different from different groups, right?
Sure, I get you.
I mean, of course, me both outside work and outside work, especially because of the podcast, right? But he don't.
Right.
And so I might come off as a little jolly and whatnot, but I can come off real dark, and I don't need that coming back to the to my immediate workforce. So
got it. Well, that's dope. You got a homie to hang out with.
Yeah.
And get some glizzies and
get some glizzies and have a good time. What about you?
Yeah.
Anything fun for you?
Nah, but I feel like I got to do something now. I gotta. There's a wine event. I don't drink wine, but it's like food and shit in Bowie this weekend. Maybe I'll go. But I don't have any spooky season plans.
Yeah, usually I don't either. It's really just because the person who's hosting the game night, they got married. They got married on Halloween, and so Halloween's a big thing for them. So they're like, "Yeah, let's do a costume function." So I was like, "All right." So
who are you gonna dress as?
A mad scientist. I feel like it's perfect in tone with me. I got the hair. I'm gonna try to see if I can do like a temporary white. If not, then I'm gonna get like a wig. And then you got to get the spray. You got to get the spray. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I forgot they had temporary ones, right? So I was like, well, I don't want to dye it. But then my friend Snowcone, I was like, you should get a spray, and then you just reinforced it. So I was like, all right, I need to check Amazon and see if I can find it. My lab coat came in today, so it's a black one because I want to go with a certain look, all blacked out, and then gray hair, and then goggles. And I'm gonna try to see if I can do, like how scientists have the goggles and they have the black soot all over it. I'm gonna try to do that. So I gotta figure out how to do that without permanently staining my face with soot or something.
I mean, you just get makeup. You go into Target, into the makeup section, and you just get some makeup, some toner. I don't know what I'm saying out of my mouth.
Weekend.
Yeah, just
stop on my way to.
Like, bro, you know anything about this?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, who knows? I mean, but I'm gonna look up on the YouTube. I'm sure I'll find something. I have plenty of time. The lab coat was the thing that was gonna take the longest. So I mean, I know I can find boots and black pants, and I know I have that here. So I mean, I'll be good.
That's dope. Well, I don't have any plans, but I'm going to think of something because I can't be left out of the glizzy eating streets. You hear me?
Yo, look, I'm gonna tell you too, man. I can stay in the house for months. Okay, I'd rather not leave the house. But lately, it'd be like, "Yo, come on out, let's do something." I'd be like, "Okay, all right." So here I am, leaving the house on a weekend, which is foreign to me. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna get into something. I appreciate the update. I'm gonna hold you to that in the before show, or the pre-show, or the post show.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, I will let you know.
At this point, though, I'll let you go. I had a good time recording, man.
Same.
All right. Next week, player. Next week.
Is there?